to cut that off. Hey everyone, so today we're going to be taking this to this, and what we're going to be looking at is a big trend for 2024. This is the last week's video, which is the curved layers. You can see there's some short layers all through here, and what we're going to be doing is we're going to be taking it to the collarbone lob, not bob, collarbone lob. So what we're going to be looking at is, again, we're going to be doing it in, what should we say? We could do it in, you could do it in one section. Because in salon, this is what I've just got to stress. The reason behind all of these videos is to make hairdressers, young hairdressers, realise that they're either overcomplicating a lot of it in their head, or they haven't learnt it yet. But clients are coming into the salon asking for these trends that they see in magazines, they see online. I've been Googling, looking at what people are sort of predicting for 2024. And again, the collarbone lob is one of those haircuts that's going to be everywhere, apparently. So when a client comes in and says to a new stylist on the salon floor, I'm thinking of something a bit different, my hair is long-ish, I'm thinking of like a collarbone lob. New stylist is just like, collarbone lob? What's a collarbone lob? How do I do a collarbone lob? So I know collarbone's here. What the hell is a lob? I've only learnt a bob, a graduated bob, short graduation, one length below, one length above, and a uniform layer. How do I do a lob? This is what is this channel is trying to, in this series of these haircuts. And the reason that I break it down so simply, because in salon, this client would have washed hair, wet hair, and to achieve a lob length, we're looking at the collarbone. But what you tend to find with lobs is that it's short at the back, longer towards the front. So that means we're going to be over directing. So when we're over directing, we're taking all this hair, which is sitting here, we're going to be taking it to here and cutting it all at the back, one length. We could add a bit of softeners, we could add a bit of little personalization once we've done it. But fundamentally, this is just cut in one length. So we bring it back. And the reason we bring it back, we over direct, we maintain length at the front, shorter at the back. So when the client wears it, when you wear it, if you're a client watching this, when you wear it all back, throw your hair back, it'll all be one length on your back through here. When you wear it forward, you'll have this beautiful sort of graze over the shoulder to the collarbone. That's what we want to be achieving from this. So all I'm going to do now is I'm going to get all of this hair, we're going to bring it all the way back, ponytail there, and we're going to want to look for a guide. And I'm going to use this piece of hair here, which is sitting on the collarbone. I'm going to bring it all back, and I'm going to leave that out. I'm going to put that into a ponytail, except that bit, because that's going to be my guide. So when this is all back here, I'll have my guide. I'll cut across there. So we're going to take a nice chunk of hair off today. Somebody said in one of my videos, take in 2 centimeters off, and it created that magic. It was more like 2 inches, but yeah, it all depends on sectioning. Wherever you section the hair determines how much length you're going to take off, but also leave on. And sometimes with haircuts, it's what you leave on the head rather than what you take off. So enough of me talking. Let's get into a ponytail and let's get this cut. Right guys, so I am keeping this piece of hair out. That's what's going to be there, left at that front. There's another piece of hair here which is a bit shorter than my guide. That's from the curve cut layers, but it's going to play a major part in the shape around this face. If you want to achieve something like that, you can basically look at my curve cut and this cut, mash them together to create this look. But let's gather all of this hair here. First off though, I'm going to straighten it. I want to straighten it so you can see how nice and blunt the line is once we've done, so we get rid of all those waves. And then we take the ponytail out and have a beautiful lob. Right, so that's me just straightened it. I want to take out that wave. We're not having the wave today. And we're also going to do a side parting, but I'm going to cut from a middle parting just for now, because it will keep it all nice and balanced when we come to bringing it back straight away. So I want to be taking all of this back here, and I want to look at this piece here as a guide as to where we're going to take it. So that piece of hair there is where we cut our curve cut last week, and that is sitting around about the collarbone. if a little bit longer. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to take my fingers to the collarbone and I'm just cutting that hair off there because that is going to sit at the collarbone. That's going to be my guide. So I'm leaving that there. I'll grab my comb and my trusty bobble. Let me turn it this way so you can see the guide that I've put in. The guide is just there. And I'm going to bring it all back, all the hair that fits into the bobble. You'll see that there's some layers in there, which is from our curve cut, which is absolutely fine. Adds a little bit of shape. If somebody's already got layers, then it's perfect. Let's get a little bit more central pull. There we go. And somebody actually commented on the last video. So if you're watching this video, they said, what is the color of this mannequin? It's lovely. And this is just a standard mannequin, but a standard level 7 mannequin. So if you were to go into a salon and want this color, you could go in and say, I'm looking for, depending on your natural level and natural depth of underlying pigment of your hair, because that is all everything when it comes to colouring. So there's that guide there. You could ask for a level 7 natural and you could get this colour. But if you've got a lot of warmth in your hair, you might need to have like an NA or an ash level to be able to achieve this result, because you're going to want to neutralise all that warmth or natural warmth that's in your hair. If you've already pre-coloured and you're darker than a level 7, you're going to have to go through a colour correction or change service to achieve a colour like this. There's our guide there. I'm going to... sorry. God, I think I got a bit of hair in my throat. So if you're just joining back and I've edited it all out, I've just had a coughing fit. My eyes are streaming. I think I was just going through this and a bit of hair, I think just got in my throat. And I just had a moment. We're back. I've put the bobble in just there. I've pulled it down lower than where we want to be because I don't want the hair to be tightly compressed, because I wouldn't cut it tightly compressed like that. Here is our guide from the front that I cut, which is sitting nice on that collarbone. So we're going there. And that is how the bobble is. So you can see how the hair sort of fans out a little bit. It's not all compressed tightly. Reason for, if we had it really tight, you'd probably get a real exaggerated short to long. I want to pull that down a bit. This is basically just to hold the hair, just to show you how it would be. But in salon, we'd be sectioning through, hair straight down and cutting it all the way back. So we're going to bring that hair down to there. And I'm just, there we go, wanting to cut that off. And you can see there, is that a little bit of graduation there? Tiny bit on this side. Oh, that's just where it fans out a little bit. So, long hair there. I'm just going to take off this graduation underneath. And the reason we got this graduation is because of how compressed the hair was. Let's spin it around so you can see the line. There we go. Now, because we've got the hair all in one, you'll see there's graduation here. So we're just going to pop her head forward like so, just to expose the tiniest bit of graduation. But you can see here, I am just taking off that graduation. Not much at all. You could even use, I was talking in my last week's video, you can even use clippers, samurai sword, whatever you want to, really. But how nice is that line just from a ponytail? I can see there, but I'm just working on this side at the minute, just really trying to tidy up and get these off. This little rubber shoulders and neck doesn't really make it that easy to take off, but it does make it sit more natural and actually adds that little bit of body curve to it as well, which is really nice. So how's that side looking? I think that's looking lovely. That's just a tiny bit of refining that we do in the salon. Now we're just going to flip it over to here and just remove that there. You can see I'm just point cutting this through here. And the reason the head goes forward is because it allows us this underneath section to expose itself to see how much graduation we actually have in there. And again, this is what you would do in salon. If you didn't have your client's head forward when you were cutting, you would have graduation. If you had it straight up, is that a wasp? Had it straight up like this, cut it blunt, put the head down like so, you would get some graduation that you would see. But an easy fix, very easy fix. And it's not really a fix, it's just refining. I cut hair a lot in natural position. And the reason for, what is that? It is a wasp. It's a wasp. It is a massive wasp. I'm gonna have to pause filming 1 second. Oh, it's just settled. Yeah, so what I was saying, it's not a mistake. And I cut hair in natural position a lot. I'm just watching this wasp. Might be sick on camera soon. Let's put my scissors down. What the hell is a wasp doing now? It's bloody, sorry. It's freezing outside and there's a wasp in here. That might have been here from summer, do you think? Might have been a baby. And it's, we'll call it Andrew. So, natural position. Reason I cut hair in natural position is because I can control that more with a client than asking the client, oh, just pop your head forward. And then she starts talking to you. And then it's like, oh, just pop your head forward. And they put it further forward. And then they start talking and they start lifting their head up. And you're like, oh. Whereas, if so, can you just pop your head in natural position, very comfortable, cut it. Once you've done it, pop the head forward. Let's see that graduation and take it off. That's how I do it. Anyway, what do you think to that? That was one cut with a pony to create that beautiful one length look for the collarbone lob. So I'm just going to flip this up. We're going to have a look at the front. And then that is one of the biggest trends for 2024. So there we go. That's the front collarbone lob. Now what we would do, we would just have a look and see if you want to make it blunter, which I do. I'm just going to follow that line round that I've done on both sides. Sorry for the sniffing. I had a real coughing fit, sneezing fit, and my nose has just decided to ruin this video, but I hope it's not too bad for you, and I'll try and edit as much of it out as I can. So there we go. Really nice collarbone lob. So short at the back and longer at the front. So you can see there, I know it needs a little bit of styling. Just get some straighteners on it or something like that. That will sit in nice and compressed. And then it just goes over that shoulder like so. You know what I was saying about earlier? When you're like that, it either wants to go front or back. Now that's the reason why I like doing A-line haircuts, because it gets rid of that awkward sort of like shoulder flicking out length. There we go. So I said I was going to do side parting as well, which I want to do. And that was the aim for these short pieces from previous haircut. They're going to a nice little fringe that we're going to pop in. So a nice way to put a side fringe in, I'll just need to wet this down to be able to get this part in. So there we go, guys. I've just blow dried it. I've just put that side parting in, which we'll have a look at in a second. But that is it. I just used like a Denman. This is a wise part brush, but Denman style. And then just wanted to bend it under slightly, get a bit of smoothness in there. But just so you could see how we've put that one length in. And you can see here, a bit shorter, and it just gets that little bit longer and a little bit longer because we took all that hair into the middle. This stand is all over the place at the minute. I think it's because of these this neck and that. It's not very level. That should be better. Let's just grab my comb. So let's just grab the comb. So you can see the side parting in there. An inspo picture, it had a side parting. That's why I wanted to do it. And it was long enough so she could tuck it behind the ear, which is why I said the curve cut, put this shape into the hair, which is shorter, but we can tuck that behind the ear. And then we have that collarbone grazing length through that front. She's still not straight. Come on. She's still leaning. If I just do that, there she's straight. So there you go. That is her straight. So you can see how we've got balance on both the sides. You can see it comes in shorter to longer A-line. And then what I'm going to do on the next video is I'm just going to pop this fringe in. So how to put in a side fringe on a bob. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hope I didn't talk too much, and sorry about my coughing fit in the middle of it. If you're new, hit the subscribe button. Don't forget to comment. Let me know what you think about the video. And until next time, I will see you on the next video.